Being immaculate is a significant priority in Hollywood, but some celebrities take it to the next level. Numerous well-known celebrities have undergone plastic surgery, altering their features from minor touch-ups to stunning makeovers. However, where does augmentation end and excess begin? Despite criticism from the public, some celebrities continue to alter their appearance, while others regret their decisions. How did it affect their personal and professional life, and who went too far? We're delving into the startling transformations of Hollywood's most well-known faces today, exposing the highs, lows, and unrecognizable outcomes of drastic cosmetic surgery. You won't believe who made the list, so stay tuned. Terry Hatcher, then. Terry Hatcher was the epitome of Hollywood beauty in the 1990s. She captivated audiences with charm and effortless elegance as Lois Lane in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. She won a Golden Globe for her portrayal of Susan Meyer in Desperate Housewives, which was the pinnacle of her career in the 2000s. Her fresh-faced girl-next-door allure won over fans, making her one of the most adored actresses on television. She accepted aging gracefully, even though she was in her 40s at the height of her career, until pressure from Hollywood forced her to change her appearance. Terry Hatcher now. Even at 60, Terry Hatcher still attracts attention, but her looks have generated controversy. Although she denies having undergone substantial plastic surgery, experts surmise that Botox and fillers may have contributed to her changing appearance. She remains active in Hollywood and frequently shares updates about her healthy lifestyle, emphasizing the importance of fitness and well-being. Some admirers mourn the expressive charm she once possessed, even though her face appears less aged than that of her colleagues. Terry, however, continues to embrace her path, demonstrating that being beautiful is about more than simply youth. It's also about self-assurance, tenacity, and the ability to adapt in a constantly evolving field. Priscilla Presley, then. Elvis Presley's wife, Priscilla Presley, was a beautiful woman who enthralled viewers with her timeless beauty. She gained fame in the 1960s and 1970s due to her porcelain skin, dark hair, and trademark eyeliner. She switched to acting, becoming well known for her parts in the Naked Gun movies, and went on to establish a prosperous business empire. She upheld a royal presence in Hollywood as the custodian of Elvis Presley's heritage. She looked effortlessly gorgeous for years, but everything changed after a terrible cosmetic treatment. Priscilla Presley now. Now in her late 70s, Priscilla's face has gained much attention. She looked unnaturally swollen after a botched operation in the 2000s in which an unlicensed doctor injected industrial silicone into her face. She has attempted to repair the harm, but it's still evident. Despite the difficulties, Priscilla continues to play a significant role in Graceland's activities and Elvis Presley's legacy. Sofia Coppola's film about her life, Priscilla, recently garnered media attention. Her charisma and poise remain firmly in the public spotlight, despite the drastic shift in her appearance. Lindsay Lohan, then. At one point, Lindsay Lohan was the biggest teen star. She was Hollywood's golden girl from her breakthrough performance in The Parent Trap to the cult favorite Mean Girls. Her youthful beauty and indisputable talent made her one of the most promising young stars of the early 2000s. But there was a price for fame. Her once youthful face started to exhibit symptoms of stress and excessive cosmetic improvements as she battled personal and legal issues. She was the subject of rumors about Botox, lip fillers, and other operations for years. Lindsay Lohan now. Lindsay Lohan is making a significant return following years of turmoil. At 38, she's adopted a more organic approach to beauty and is concentrating on her family. Although her previous cosmetic procedures altered her appearance as a teenager, she has since refined her look, moving away from overly frozen expressions and overfilled lips. She demonstrates that transformation is feasible through a new Netflix film and a more grounded approach to living. Fans may no longer recognize the freckled-faced youngster, but she is confident and has a new outlook, embracing her latest chapter. Simon Cowell, then. Although Simon Cowell's career was based on his scathing criticism and ruthless honesty, his visage was as identifiable as his wit. He rose to prominence on television as the brains behind American Idol, The X Factor, and Britain's Got Talent. His rugged, slightly worn appearance complemented his straightforward demeanor. His natural face had a clear, dominating presence that suited his role as TV's toughest judge, even if he was never considered a Hollywood hunk. But when he accepted plastic surgery, everything changed. Simon Cowell now. Simon Cowell looks remarkably different at 65. His face has undergone significant changes due to years of Botox, fillers, and a facelift, causing admirers to react in various ways. Even he acknowledged that he'd gone too far at one point, claiming that he looked like something out of a horror film. More recently, he's reduced his use of cosmetic procedures in favor of a more natural look. Even though his appearance has changed, his career remains strong as he continues to mentor up-and-coming musicians and influence the music industry. Despite previous surgical errors, Simon demonstrates that even the most critical people may support self-improvement. Amanda Lepore, then. Being a transgender icon who became a living artwork was the beginning of Amanda Lepore's rise to popularity. She walked the runway and appeared on magazine covers throughout the 1990s, becoming a muse for leading fashion photographers. She stood out in the nightlife and modeling sectors thanks to her remarkable, doll-like beauty. To acquire an exaggerated hourglass form, she actively embraced plastic surgery, undergoing several surgeries such as breast implants, rib removal, and nose jobs. Unlike most celebrities who conceal it, Amanda has become a walking symbol of metamorphosis by integrating her cosmetic treatments into her brand. Amanda Lepore now. At the age of 56, Amanda remains well known in the fashion and art industries. She is readily recognized due to her pale complexion, full lips, and platinum blonde hair. She confidently accepts her appearance despite detractors who claim she has overdone plastic surgery. She continues to model, perform, and inspire the LGBTQ+ community despite undergoing decades of cosmetic modifications. She recently published a memoir that chronicles her experiences, demonstrating the limitless possibilities of self-expression. Whether praised or chastised, Amanda Lepore is still a symbol of defiance against conventional notions of beauty. Linda Evangelista, then. Linda Evangelista epitomized supermodel perfection in the 1990s. Known for her famous statement, "We don't wake up for less than $10,000 a day." She dominated the runways for Versace, Chanel, and Dior, and appeared on the cover of Vogue. She was a darling among designers due to her piercing eyes, prominent cheekbones, and constantly changing hairstyles. Like many other models, Linda appeared to defy the aging process, maintaining her youthful glow well into her 40s. However, she made an irrevocable choice that permanently altered her life and career, driven by her desire to keep her appearance. Linda Evangelista now. Linda is still recovering from the harm caused by the botched cool sculpting procedure performed in 2025. Her once perfect face and body were distorted by a rare disease that resulted from the treatment, which caused fat cells to enlarge instead of being frozen away. Since then, she's turned into a spokesperson for others impacted by botched cosmetic surgeries. After years of seclusion, she returned to the spotlight in a Fendi advertisement, demonstrating to the world that resilience is more important than mere appearances in terms of beauty. Although Linda Evangelista may not resemble the supermodel of the 1990s, her narrative is one of perseverance and fortitude. Meg Ryan, then. Meg Ryan, the golden girl of romantic comedies, was America's sweetheart. Her bright smile and girl-next-door appeal enchanted audiences with classics like Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and You've Got Mail. Meg's beauty was refreshingly natural, soft curls, expressive eyes, and a young glow, in a contrast to many Hollywood bombshells. Her easy charm won her fans, but the strain of maintaining her appearance increased as she grew older. Rumors of cosmetic modifications began circulating during the early 2000s, and her appearance underwent a significant transformation. Meg Ryan now. One of the most talked about makeovers in Hollywood is Meg Ryan's transition at the age of 63. She was formerly renowned for her inherent beauty, but today she has a drastically different appearance, most likely due to facelifts, fillers, and Botox. Her public appearances frequently lead to discussions about plastic surgery in Hollywood, even though she hardly ever responds to the rumors. She recently returned to directing, focusing on behind-the-camera projects, despite her career stagnating after her transformation. Meg continues to live life on her terms, despite the attention, demonstrating that reinvention is about growing beyond the demands of celebrity, not simply about beauty. Tara Reid, then. In the early 2000s, Tara Reid epitomized the party girl. Her sun-kissed golden hair, contagious enthusiasm, and unquestionable beauty made her an immediate Hollywood it girl after her breakthrough performance in American Pie. She starred in popular films like Josie and the Pussycats and Van Wilder. But her involvement with the Hollywood nightlife scene also increased in tandem with her celebrity. Unfortunately, her public partying overshadowed her job, and soon after a slew of poorly executed plastic surgeries severely altered her formerly exquisite beauty. Tara Reid now. Tara Reid has had a difficult time regaining her career at 49. She became a cautionary tale about plastic surgery gone bad after a botched liposuction and breast augmentation left her with uneven skin and scarring. Even though she's repaired some of the harm, people continue to talk about how she looks. She has slowly but steadily returned to acting in recent years, appearing in the beloved Sharknado movies. Tara continues to embrace her path, demonstrating that setbacks don't define a person, comebacks do. However, she may never regain the celebrity power of the early 2000s. Donatella Versace, then. Donatella was always involved in the fashion industry because she was the sister of renowned designer Gianni Versace. After Gianni's untimely death in the 1990s, she assumed control of the Versace empire and went on to rise to fame. Her long, platinum blonde hair, prominent cheekbones, and aggressive sense of style were all startling yet natural at the same time. She soon rose to prominence as one of the most influential women in fashion. But as her notoriety grew, she started to look different. Donatella was accustomed to the surgeon's chair by the early 2000s. Donatella Versace now. Donatella Versace at 69 is not the same person she was when she was younger. She's had an overdone appearance due to years of Botox, fillers, and facelifts. Her lips are drastically plumped, and her skin is excessively smooth. Despite this, she continues to have a significant impact on fashion, managing the Versace empire and collaborating with renowned celebrities. Reinvention is part of the game in high fashion, as she confidently embraces her makeover. Whether you like it or not, Donatella's appearance has become as iconic as the company she runs, making her one of the most recognizable faces in fashion. Barbra Streisand, then. Despite never being your average Hollywood beauty, Barbra Streisand became a household name thanks to her distinctive appearance and unmatched talent. She had a voice that could shake the rafters and a decades-long acting career that made her famous thanks to movies like Funny Girl and A Star is Born. In contrast to many celebrities, Barbra proudly maintained her distinctive nose despite Hollywood's demands for beauty. It became a hallmark of her brand, evidence that skill transcends flimsy perfection. Barbra Streisand now. Despite a subtle change in looks, Barbra is still regarded as a legend at 82. She's acknowledged doing minor cosmetic touch-ups to maintain the youthful appearance of her iconic nose, but she's never made significant changes. She's maintained a refined, yet recognizable appearance through her natural aging process, as well as reported facelifts and Botox treatments. She recently released a documentary about her career and continues to perform and produce. Barbra's career demonstrates that talent and confidence are the most potent beauty boosters, unlike many celebrities who depend on dramatic makeovers. Heidi Montag, then. Heidi Montag became the quintessential drama queen of reality TV with her meteoric rise to prominence on The Hills. She was once a young, attractive woman who soon succumbed to the demands of Hollywood, undergoing an incredible 10 plastic procedures in one day at just 23. A nose operation, brow lift, chin reduction, breast augmentation, and back shaping were all part of the makeovers. Despite her desire for perfection, her drastic transformation rendered her essentially unrecognizable, serving as a warning to rising celebrities who strive for unattainable beauty standards. Heidi Montag now. Heidi is fully recovered at the age of 38 and now acknowledges that she regrets the dramatic change she made. Since then, she's toned down her appearance and removed her extensive implants, opting for a more natural look. She and her spouse, Spencer Pratt, continue to participate in reality TV, prioritizing their family over their careers as celebrities. Heidi's story serves as a reminder that while beauty trends come and go, self-acceptance endures forever. Even though she's no longer the Hollywood it girl, one of the most talked about plastic surgery evolutions in Hollywood is her path from drastic alteration to self-love. Cher, then. Cher has never been afraid to try anything new. She's been a chameleon in music, fashion, and beauty from her early days with Sonny and Cher to her current status as a solo celebrity. Her flamboyant style and beautiful features made her stand out even in the 1970s. But as she grew older, she resorted to cosmetic procedures to keep her young appearance. She's been transparent about her surgeries, unlike many celebrities, as seen by her well-known statement, "If I want to put my boobs on my back, it's nobody's business but mine." Cher now. Thanks to superb genes, self-care, and professional cosmetics, Cher still looks incredibly young at 78. Her renownedly svelte form has been preserved with body shaping and reported rib removal surgery, while facelifts, Botox, and fillers have kept her complexion flawless. Cher's continued performances demonstrates that confidence and style are eternal, even in the face of Hollywood's fixation with age. She is a true icon because of her reluctance to conform to society's norms, which reminds everyone that being authentic at any stage of life is more important than appearances. Jocelyn Wildenstein, then. Once a glitzy socialite, Jocelyn Wildenstein was renowned for her stunning beauty and lavish lifestyle. She was a wealthy New York socialite, well known for her public marriage to billionaire Alec Wildenstein, before she became the face of radical plastic surgery. She was a noticeable presence on prestigious occasions due to her natural appearance and extravagant wardrobe choices. However, as the years went by, she became fascinated with the traits of cats, which drove her to pursue substantial cosmetic enhancements. According to reports, she spent millions on surgery to significantly change her once recognizable visage to make it more cat-like. Jocelyn Wildenstein now. At 84, Jocelyn is still a contentious figure today. Despite criticism from the public, she continues to enjoy her unusual appearance, challenging conventional notions of beauty. She claims she has no regrets, even though her drastic procedures have left her almost entirely different from the person she was before. She continues to live the extravagant lifestyle she had with her late husband, and her infrequent public appearances occasionally garner media attention. Her makeover continues to be a topic of conversation when people examine the adverse effects of excessive plastic surgery, even though she mostly avoids the spotlight. While some applaud her unreserved approach to self-expression, others view her as a cautionary tale. Jennifer Grey, then. Jennifer Grey's portrayal as Baby in Dirty Dancing made her America's sweetheart. Her expressive eyes, wavy hair, and girl-next-door charm made her a welcome departure from Hollywood's rigid ideals of beauty. However, in the early 1990s, she made a decision that would forever alter her career. She underwent a nose job, which significantly transformed her appearance. What was intended to make her more beautiful erased her distinctive traits, and fans and industry insiders found it difficult to identify her. Jennifer Grey now. Jennifer, now 65, has accepted her path and admitted that changing her nose accidentally ruined her career. She continued to perform on television and in more minor roles, but she never fully recovered from her fame in the 1980s. However, she has returned in a long-awaited sequel to Dirty Dancing, making a sentimental resurgence in recent years. She may no longer have the same face that made her famous. Still, she's grown wiser and more accepting. demonstrating that being true to oneself is more important than maintaining a similar appearance. Joan Rivers, then. Joan Rivers was more than just a comic. She was a powerful personality. She cleared the path for female comedians worldwide with razor-sharp wit and bold humor, shattering stereotypes in stand-up comedy. Even though she made fun of Hollywood's fixation on youth, she was a big supporter of plastic surgery. She had numerous Botox treatments, brow lifts, and facelifts, frequently mocking her changes. Joan, who turned her shifting face into a part of her comic identity, was refreshingly honest about her procedures, unlike many other celebrities. Joan Rivers now. Even though Joan Rivers passed away tragically in 2014, her influence is still unparalleled. Her surgically altered visage symbolized her extreme devotion to the beauty culture in Hollywood, yet her talent and comedic abilities outweighed any criticism. Despite her passing, comedians, fashion critics, and entertainers remain inspired by her unapologetic attitude. Her ability to make others laugh remained constant despite the drastic changes to her face. Joan demonstrated that confidence is the best facelift and that personality outlasts perfection in the entertainment industry. Lara Flynn Boyle, then. Known for her roles in Twin Peaks and The Practice, Lara Flynn Boyle was a Hollywood star in the 1990s. She became one of the most sought-after actors due to her remarkable features and timeless beauty. Boyle was a favorite of both casting directors and viewers due to her genuine appearance. However, as she grew older, she felt much pressure to meet Hollywood's beauty standards. By resorting to cosmetic modifications because she was determined to keep her youthful appearance, Boyle's noticeable changes sparked considerable conjecture and media attention due to her shifting visage, which contrasted with the aging process of many actresses of her time. Lara Flynn Boyle now. Lara Flynn Boyle is almost entirely different than she was in the 1990s. She's undergone multiple cosmetic surgeries, including facelifts, Botox treatments, and lip fillers, which have significantly altered her appearance. Fans have frequently expressed surprise at how different she looks, despite her never discussing the extent of her surgery in public. She is mostly withdrawn from the public eye, but still makes sporadic appearances. Despite the criticism, Boyle continues to live as she sees fit, illustrating how Hollywood's fixation with youth can occasionally drive even the most gifted celebrities to take extreme measures. Ashlee Simpson, then. With a more edgy, rock-inspired attitude, Ashlee Simpson emerged from her sister Jessica's shadow to become a household name in the early 2000s. She became a pop-punk icon with her breakthrough album Autobiography. But following her notorious lip-syncing incident on Saturday Night Live, her career suffered. Fans observed a significant shift in her appearance, particularly around her nose, during the same period. Simpson later acknowledged having a nose job, but stated that it was a personal decision rather than a result of industry pressure. She demonstrated that she was more than just a reality TV star by continuing to create music and rebranding herself despite the shift. Ashlee Simpson now. Ashlee Simpson, now 40, has adopted a more elegant and sophisticated appearance. Although she hasn't mentioned undergoing any further cosmetic surgery, her face appears significantly different from when she was younger. Though she keeps quiet about them, there have been whispers about Botox and fillers. She now juggles parenthood, her marriage to Evan Ross, and her ongoing, albeit slower, musical career. Despite the criticism around her altered image, Simpson has found confidence in her individuality, demonstrating that sometimes the secret to longevity in Hollywood is reinvention, both musically and physically. Janice Dickinson, then. Janice Dickinson created history as one of the first supermodels in the 1970s and 1980s. She ruled the fashion industry with her exotic appearance, angular cheekbones, and strong runway presence. Dickinson, however, never held back when discussing her passion for cosmetic modifications. She gained notoriety for her direct demeanor and unapologetic honesty as she transitioned to television, particularly as a judge on America's Next Top Model. She freely acknowledged that she had undergone several operations over the years, including breast implants and facelifts, in an attempt to preserve her young supermodel appeal. She famously referred to herself as the first supermodel in the world. Janice Dickinson now. The visage of 70-year-old Janice Dickinson reflects a lifetime of fame. She's had multiple facelifts, Botox and lip injections, demonstrating her continued enjoyment of plastic surgery. However, she has discussed the risks of overdoing cosmetic treatments in recent years, acknowledging that certain decisions might not have been the wisest. She nevertheless maintains her fiery attitude and confidence despite this. She occasionally appears on television, never holding back when discussing aging in Hollywood and beauty standards. Plastic surgery may have altered Janice's appearance, but it didn't change her fearless, unrepentant demeanor. Kim Kardashian then. In the early 2000s, Kim Kardashian gained notoriety as a friend of Paris Hilton and subsequently launched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Despite her inherent beauty, she had significant changes in her look. She consistently refuted fan theories regarding Brazilian butt lifts, lip fillers, and nose procedures. The 2010s saw her hourglass body and immaculate skin become the epitome of beauty. Experts disagreed with Kim's assertion that contouring and proper skincare were the main reasons for her appearance. She became a cultural figure due to her metamorphosis, changing beauty standards and inspiring a whole generation. Kim Kardashian now. Kim Kardashian, now 44, is still spoken about for her appearance. Her face and body are significantly different from her early reality TV days, even though she still denies having extensive plastic surgery. She has dissolved fillers and chosen a more understated style in recent years, embracing a more natural approach. She continues to be a fashion and beauty tycoon while juggling several businesses, her legal studies, and the upbringing of her 4 kids. Kim's constantly shifting look, whether due to surgery or skillful styling, demonstrates that remaining current in Hollywood's fast-paced beauty market requires constant reinvention. Goldie Hawn, then. With roles in iconic films like Private Benjamin and Cactus Flower, Goldie Hawn rose to fame in the 1960s and 1970s, becoming America's sweetheart. Her distinctive blonde hair, contagious grin, and vivacious demeanor epitomized youthful beauty and charm. Early in her career, Goldie avoided making significant alterations to her appearance, unlike many of her peers. She stood as a unique example of a Hollywood actress who initially refused to succumb to the pressures of plastic surgery, instead accepting aging naturally. Although she remained largely unassuming, minor improvements became a routine for her as she grew older. Goldie Hawn now. Goldie Hawn is 79, and her appearance has sparked persistent rumors about cosmetic surgery. Experts believe that Botox, fillers, and facelifts have helped her maintain her youthful glow, even though she's never publicly acknowledged undergoing surgery. In contrast to many celebrities, she's kept her distinctive warmth and charm while avoiding an overly manufactured appearance. Goldie, still working in Hollywood with her longtime husband Kurt Russell, is a well-liked actress who demonstrates that although some cosmetic modifications are acceptable, genuine beauty is about self-assurance, humor, and gracefully accepting life's path. Dolly Parton then. In the 1960s, Dolly Parton rose to fame in the country music industry thanks to her fantastic voice, skill as a songwriter, and stunning appearance. She made a statement in the male-dominated country scene with her signature flair, curvaceous shape, and large blonde hair. Her dedication to preserving her youthful appearance increased along with her reputation. Early on, Dolly publicly embraced cosmetic modifications, confessing to have Botox, facelifts, and breast augmentations. Despite the changes, her admirers loved her for her skill, genuineness, and unwavering confidence in her unique style. She famously said, "It costs a lot of money to look this cheap." Dolly Parton now. Dolly Parton still looks remarkably young at over 80 thanks to ongoing cosmetic procedures. She's been open about her processes, saying that part of her brand is keeping her distinctive appearance. Due to facelifts and Botox, her face appears smooth with high cheekbones and minimal wrinkles. She still has the same talent and charm, though. Although she no longer tours as frequently, she remains actively involved in business, entertainment, and philanthropy. Whether admirers applaud or criticize her plastic surgery decisions, Dolly's career demonstrates that charm, confidence, and an unrelenting commitment to authentically be herself are more critical components of beauty. Yolanda Hadid then. In the 1980s, Yolanda Hadid gained fame as a model due to her remarkable bone structure and stunning Dutch beauty. She appeared on magazine covers worldwide and walked the runways of leading designers. As a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she rose to fame years later. Her sharp features and immaculate beauty kept her in the spotlight. However, as she grew older, admirers noticed little differences, and suspicions arose that she had undergone cosmetic surgery. She fought serious health issues such as Lyme disease, despite her glowing appearance, which she said made her reevaluate her cosmetic procedures. Yolanda Hadid now. Yolanda Hadid, at 60, has adopted a more natural appearance and stepped back from the spotlight. Citing health concerns, she famously discontinued Botox treatments, dissolved fillers, and removed her breast implants. She now encourages women to appreciate their inherent beauty by embracing aging gracefully. Her appearance has changed significantly since her days on The Real Housewives, even if her face still bears some remnants of previous alterations. She prioritizes her family and well-being throughout her time away from Hollywood. Discussions over beauty standards and the long-term consequences of cosmetic enhancements in the entertainment industry have been triggered by her path from accepting plastic surgery to undoing it. Jane Fonda then. In the 1960s, Jane Fonda gained widespread recognition for her acting prowess, activism, and undeniable beauty. Through her captivating performances in movies like Clute and Barbarella, she rose to fame as a symbol of political defiance and Hollywood glitz. She was one of the most admired actresses of her era, renowned for her toned physique, prominent cheekbones, and radiant complexion. However, as she grew older, she faced pressure to maintain her youthful appearance in a competitive field. To balance her campaign for self-acceptance with her desire to look young, she acknowledged having facelifts, eyelid operations, and other procedures by the 1990s. Jane Fonda now. Despite discussing the realities of plastic surgery, Jane Fonda still looks amazingly young at 86. Although she attributes her radiance to skincare and exercise, she has acknowledged having several facelifts and regrets some of her decisions, attributing them to peer pressure. She recently declared that she has decided to embrace aging naturally and is done with plastic surgery. She remains a prominent figure in Hollywood, serving as a leader of social movements and a movie star. Her makeover highlights the challenges of aging in the entertainment business and demonstrates that wisdom and self-assurance are ultimately more valuable than any cosmetic surgery. Sharon Osbourne then. Before entering the spotlight herself, Sharon Osbourne rose to fame as her husband Ozzy Osbourne's formidable manager. She was renowned for her fiery temper and often changing appearance while serving as a judge on The X Factor and a reality TV star in The Osbournes. She publicly acknowledged having several plastic procedures over the years, such as breast augmentations, tummy tucks, and facelifts. She accepted cosmetic enhancements as a means of preserving her self-esteem and frequently talked candidly and humorously about her treatments. She was one of the few celebrities who was not ashamed to discuss the pressures of aging, and her fans appreciated her candor. Sharon Osbourne now. Sharon Osbourne is 72 years old, and her appearance continues to evolve. She recently acknowledged regretting her most recent facelift, which she described as horrendous and said left her looking unrecognizable after decades of cosmetic surgery. Since then, she's backed off from more drastic operations in favor of a more natural appearance. She continues to look put together, but she started speaking out more about the adverse effects of extensive plastic surgery. Her keen wit and audacious personality are unaffected by her changing appearance. Her experience warns about the dangers of making too many improvements in a field that is fixated on young people. Courtney Love then. As the main singer of Hole, Courtney Love made her musical debut in the 1990s. She was renowned for her grunge style, rebellious attitude, and striking features. Her platinum blonde hair and unadulterated beauty made her a rock star. However, her appearance underwent significant changes over the years with noticeable lip fillers, nose jobs, and possibly facelifts. Love never held back when talking about her plastic surgery, once asserting that it aided her career. She became one of rock's most talked-about figures due to her frequent makeovers and wild lifestyle, which sparked numerous rumors and debates. Courtney Love now. Courtney Love, now in her 50s, has toned down her music and appearance. She still uses cosmetic enhancements, but she looks more natural than she did when she was younger. Her previous surgeries have healed, giving her a distinctive yet elegant look. Instead of pursuing fame, she now concentrates more on writing, painting, and sporadic musical endeavors. Her changing appearance serves as a reminder that rock artists, like Hollywood actresses, experience pressure to keep a youthful appearance in the public eye, even though she no longer adheres to the extreme plastic surgery fads of the past. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon